Misael Garcia Tijerina, and me and my team are here to present the Animalia Kingdom. The Animalia Kingdom includes all animals which are multicellular eukaryotic organisms which are heterophytic, meaning they obtain nutrition from organic sources. Most animals obtain nutrition by ingesting other organisms or decomposing in organic material, and very good example of this is fish, dogs, humans, felines, etc. In the subdivisions of the Animalia Kingdom, there are 7, which are the Porphyra, Cnidaria, Platyhelminths, Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropods, and Chordata. The first one, which is also called the sponge, it's are marine animals, although with an exception of a few freshwater ones. The second is the Cnidaria. In case of Cnidaria, it's quite different because they are all different. They're not similar. They have different traits. It leads us to believe that the Cnidaria shared a common ancestor, and that leads to the reason why they are in the same group together. The Plithomyites, which are flatworms, these things are symmetrical and made of 3 layers of cells. The Plithomyites are parasites, organism's body and eating its organs from inside. Okay, the third kingdom, the subdivision is Annelida, which are worms. To be clear, a segment worm such as earthworms, leeches, and marine worms. There are about 9,000 Annelida. The next subdivision is Mollusca. The mollusks have exoskeletons made of chitin, such as those of snails. A very interesting fact about mollusks is that they form a major part of our ecosystem. Scientists have discovered that there are up to 3,000 species in just one coral reef. The next subdivision is arthropods, which scientists discovered that arthropods take up 3/4 of all living things, fossilized and alive. They have an exoskeleton made of chitin, such as lobsters, ants, crabs, crayfish, etc. Arthropods get their name by the way the chitin joins the joints to the body of the animal. The next subdivision is the Chordata. This is the division that we should be most familiar with, because us ourselves are part of the Chordata subdivision. The distinguished features of this subdivision is that it has a bundle of nerves and cartilage supporting these nerves all along back, also known as the spine. Okay. The next are the classifications of.
Well, now in classification of Porifera, we have that Demosponge. They include 76.2% of all the species of sponge, with nearly 8,800 species worldwide. They are sponges with a soft body that covers a hard, often massive skeleton made of calcium carbonate. Then we have the calcareous sponge. They are characterized by spicules made up of calcium carbonate in the form of calcite or aragonite, while the spicules in most species have 3 points. Then we have the hexactinellid. The description of these sponges are sponges with a skeleton made of 4 and or 6.10 siliceous spicules, often referred to as glass sponges. Then we have the Stromatopor, extinct clade of sea sponges common in the fossils. Then we have the siliceous sponge. They are characterized by spicules made up of silicon dioxide, unlike calcareous sponges. Then we have the Berongimorpha. There is a subclass of a sea sponge within the phylum Porifera. Then finally we have the Heteractinida. Their distinctive trait is their 6 prompt spicules. Then we the classification of the porphyria more simplified is demosponge, calcareous sponge, hexactinellid, stromatopore, siliceous, berangimorpha, and heteractinida. Then we have the classification of Cnidaria, sorry, that is a true jellyfish, exclusively marine class of the phylum Cnidaria, referred to as the true jellyfish. Then we have the Medusozoa, includes the classes Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, Staurozoa, and Cubozoa. Then we have the sea anemones and coral invertebrate, which includes the sea anemones, stony corals, and soft corals. Then this is called because it's similar to a colorful plant in the earth. Then we have the box jellyfish, that is an invertebrate and get their name from the square shoe they have and can have extremely potent venom. Then we have the Siphonophorus, that is hydrozoans, and according to the scientists, they are about 175 species. They are carnivorous. And then we have the Myxozoa. It's like an aquatic parasite believed to be the smallest animal to ever exist. The classification of this is a true, like in a simplified way, is a true jellyfish, the Medusozoa, the sea anemones and coral sea anemones, and coral sea anemones, the box jellyfish, the Siphonophorus, and the Myxozoa. Then we have the classification of Plathyelminthes, that is a Turbellaria, mainly aquatic, but there are some terrestrial ones and live in moist areas, can swim through fluids, and use cilia from their pores. Then we have the Monogenea. These do not contain a respiratory system, a circulatory system, and skeletal system, have no body activity, they do not have any anus. Then we have the Trematoda. These worms are flat oval shape with two suckers in its outer appearance. Then we have the Cestoda. These worms are our worst nightmare and most encounters, which then means that they're inside of us like tapeworms. They do not have any digestive tract and do not have body cavity. Then a simplified classification is Turbellaria, Monogenea, Trematoda, and Cestoda. Then we have the arthropods, that is a Trilobitomorpha. That is this category sadly extinct. It has segment body regions covered with in chitin and reinforced by calcium carbonate. Its support was a hardened exoskeleton. Then we have the Chelicerata. Here, animals have two body segments like spiders, 6 pairs of appendages. They have 2 mandibles and no antenna. Then we have the Crustacea. The Crustacea have an exoskeleton made of calcium but do not an internal skeleton. Then we have the Myriapoda. These creepy crawlers have many pairs of legs. They also have 2 body sections, which are the trunk and the head, and a pair of antennae in the head, and respiratory exchange occur through a tracheal system. Then we have the Hexapoda. Here the animals consist of 3 body segments, such as bees, 1 pair of antennae. They also have no locomotor appendage, and they also do not have walking legs. To simplify this classification of arthropods is the Trilobitomorpha, the Chelicerata, the Crustacea, the Myriapoda, and the Hexapoda. Then we have the classification of Annelida. We have the Polychaeta, have a closed circulatory system and complete digestive system, breathe through skin, gills, parapodia, and the chitinous seta called parapodia. Then we have the Oligochaeta. These slithers creatures have long segments, tumbler bodies, making them look like thick spaghetti. It's hard to find a head and move from perithalsis. Sorry. We have the Hierodynia. Here the animals have few segments and are not bristle, and the shape of these creatures are mainly cylindrical, with one sucker on Earth. Then, to simplify, like this classification, is the Polychaeta, the Oligochaeta, and the Hierodynia.
Classification of mollusca. Number 1, Aplacophora. Number 2, Monoplacophora. Number 3, Polyplacophora. Number 4, Bivalvia. Number 5, Gastropoda. Number 6, Cephalopods. Number 7, Scachopoda. These are the classification for the Chordata, Reptilia, Amphibia, Condytrice, Agnatha, Mammalia. The reptilia, terrestrial animals with scales on their body. Cold-blooded animals found mostly in the warmer regions. Their skin is dry and rough and don't have mammal glands. Its body segments is divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Amphibia. Animals here have the ability to live both in water and in land and are exothermic, and their body is divided into head and trunk. Animals here do have glands and have smooth skin and rough without scales. Condytrice. Very well developed electroreceptive system, have entirely cartilaginous and the skeleton, don't have a swim bladder nor lungs. Agnatha. Animals here don't have jaws nor fins. The skeleton is made of cartilaginous and have 7 or more gill pouches present. Mammalia. Here animals have fur or hair and have sweat glands present and have mammary glands which specialize in producing milk. 3 ear bones and they are brown and has segment where it specializes in heating and seeing and has a 4-chamber heart. Now we have the order of Porifera. The order of Porifera consists of the Haposcleric order, that is order of the Demosponges. This Demosponges is the classification for all sponges. The family of Porifera. The family of Porifera is Calcifibrospongidae, Callispongidae, Calinidae, Nymphatidae, Petrosidae, and Pleotidicidae. Order of Cnidaria. Schmastomini. Is the order we have for the jellyfish that is characterized by 4 large legs of the jellyfish and another 4 that they are not that long, making 8 legs in total, and are pre-radical and 4 are interradical.
The family of Porifera is Calcifibrospongidae, Callispongidae, Calinidae, Nymphatidae, Petrosidae, Phyllostidae. Order of Cnidaria. Smatosea is the order we have for the jellyfish that is characterized by the 4 large legs of the jellyfish and another 4 that they are not long, making 8 legs, animal 4 and per-radical, and 4 are interradical. Family of Cnidaria. There are 4 families of Cnidaria. They are the Cnidae family, Rimonematidae family, Pelagidae family, and Ulmaridae family. The order of Phalamites. There are 5 types of order in the Phalamites, or another animal. Most common is the floatworms, which they are Coela, order 2 Rhabdocoela, order 3 Allocoela, order 4 Tricladia, and order 5 Polycladida. Family of the Phlateimintes. The order of Phlateimintes are family of Actinopostidae, Antinobonaridae, Anthropophostidae, Diopisstophoridae, Nadinidae, Paratomelidae, Taurodidae, family of Maricula, Palacudilla, Terricola, Calitorignia, Halitifolida, Lanida, Acotilea, Cotilea, Argonophora, Lecitoespitelida, family Cumulata, and Cereata. The order of arthropods the order that we have is order of Coleoptera, Dipteria, Hymenopteria, Lepidopteria, Protodipteria. And in family of arthropods we have Archostemate, Myxophaga, Adephaga, Folifaga, Zeugloptera, Aglosara, Heterobatimina, Glossara, Deutophilipidae, Nymphomorpha, Tipomorpha, Bibliomorpha, Colicomorpha, family Permotipula, Pyrmila, Symptaria, Parasitica, and Acrotella. Thank you.
Then we have the family of arthropods. Then we have Archostemate, Myxophaga, Adephaga, Polyphaga. This is one family. The other family are Zeugloptera, Aglosara, Heterobatimina, Glossara. Another family, Permotipula, Pyrmila, Sympita, Parasitica, Aculeata. Then the order of Annelida are Ophelida, Capitelida, Flaverigerida, Sternaspida, Owenida, Terbelida, Esvalida, Archionelida, Espionida, Caetopterida, Magellonida, and we have the list complete here. Yeah, a lot. Then we have the family of the Annelida. The family of Annelida are Amiphinomedea, Eunicida, Philocida, Solecida, and Echura. Then we have the order of molluscan. That have the molluscan type are classified in 7 types. These types are Aplacophora, Monoplacophora, Polyplacophora, Bivalvia, Gastropora, Cephalopoda, and Ascarophoda. Then we have the families of mollusca, and these are Neurolyricata, Noeminida, Archaeostropoda, Mesogastrophora, Neogastrophoda, Heterogastrophoda, Entomotaenira, Cephaloaspidea, Nucleoida, and Nudibranchia. Order of Chordate. There are too many orders of Chordata. These orders are Cephalochordate, Vertebrate, Hemichordata, and Urochordata. The classification of families are Picaide, Betiucolide, Etermophila, Euanoson, Acidiacira, Ganastomara, Mammalia, Amphibia, Aves, Reptilia, and Osterocytes.